Hi guys, so back here with another haul video. This is going to be obviously a graded figure haul. So I got some figures back from uh, excuse me, from APG, APG Grading. Look them up on Facebook. Highly recommend them. I'll get into more of that here in a second. So I got 3 figures back, and then I got a box set back as well. And I also dropped off some figures, so hopefully next month I'll have some more stuff to show. I wasn't expecting any extremely high grades from these. I know some of the cases were rough. Some of them were definitely lower than what I thought, but once I seen the bubbles, how bad they were, I kind of get the grades. So hopefully I know a little bit more what to look for whenever I'm grading. I used to just focus on the card backs, and the bubbles of what have kicked my butt on these last few figures. So anyway, these are 3 of my favorite figures, so I just wanted to have them graded. I figured I had them carded. I wanted them to be in these awesome cases. So let's slide a couple of these out of the way here. And we're going to focus on Mr. Scaletail here. Don't worry, I'm not going to turn this on. I'm just going to use this to rotate this thing here. So let's do this. Alright, it's official. I'm going to buy me a new tripod. I'm sick of this thing. Alright. So sorry about the glare. As I rotate it, it'll hopefully go away. So we got Scaletail here. He did not grade high. He graded a 50. Let me show you that here. So 1992, Series 6, 47 back. This is the 5th anniversary, which I'll show you what that is here in a second. So subs, we got a C70, Bubble 50, and figure 86. I personally think this thing displays better than a 50, but it is a 50. I mean, there's no doubt about it. The bubble is just pretty jacked in the card. It's pretty rough, but it is unpunched, and I think it'll look pretty decent sitting on the shelf. Let me zoom back here. So, the reason, one, let me just start out with why these are my favorite figures. So this is what it means, the 5th anniversary. So in 1992, they released this new for 92 figure series, which was a bunch of new sculpts. I want to say there was 11 figures total, and unfortunately 3 of them were April figures, which makes no sense to me. We didn't need 3 Aprils. Excuse me. But then you had these figures, which Dr. L, Scaletail, Monty Moose. If we look back here, we also got Hothead, King Lionheart. Sergeant Bananas, I could have swore came out the same line, but I guess he didn't. So he was either a year before or a year after. Must have been before, because if he's on the card back. We got Scaletail, we got Anthrax, and then the 3 Aprils. So the 2, and Murdude, which is not on here. Was there another one? King Lion. Anyway, so I'm still looking for Hothead and Murdude. Those are the 2 that I will be trying to find next. But I want a full set of these. I really don't care about the Aprils, but I want a full set of these, because this was hands down the best year for Ninja Turtles. We got some of the best figures that were released, and we've got a lot of them all at once. I think the only year that really comes close to that is the last year that came with Scratch and Hot Spot, and there was a bunch of figures released those last year or 2. They were really good. But what I liked about this line is it was mostly figures that we'd never seen before, all new sculpts, and they weren't cosplay turtles. It wasn't Leonardo in a firefighter suit or anything like that. Now, the 3 Aprils were exactly that. They were April in cosplay, except for one, which was just an upgraded April. I don't even think they show the 3 different Aprils that we got on any of these card backs. Nope. Anyway, so the reason why I went with APG is one, he's close to me, so that's a big bonus for me. But two, I like the AFA cases until I seen what he was doing different with his. And if you look, especially on these new cases that he's got for these turtles, you have acrylic, card, and acrylic. Let me see if I can zoom in here and show you that. It's hard to see. But essentially, you got acrylic, card, and acrylic. And if you look, that acrylic case goes all the way up to the actual card bubble. So here's one of the big things for me is with the AFA case, you got that tiny little sliver that's kind of holding the figure on. I would almost guarantee that if you took that figure and set it like this for a couple days or weeks or whatever, that figure is going to start to slide off the case. Some of them already slide off the case this way. With this, I don't think you're going to have that. Plus, with that acrylic being over the entire face, not just a little sliver, it's going to keep that card back looking really, really nice and flat. So anyway, that's the reason why I've got these. But now we'll just get into showing you some of these figures. So again, here's Scale Tail. Let me grab another glove. I don't want to get fingerprints all over these. I just cleaned them off. So I think that thing looks, especially from a few feet away, man, that thing looks really, really nice. It would look really good up close if the card bubble wasn't so bad. Or the cardan bubble, sorry. But man, that acrylic case really makes them look nice. And they're hefty too, like they're solid. Then, show you the next lowest one. This is Dr. L, the elephant. I always like when a figure has a price tag still on it. So Toys R Us, $3.99. Again, the bubbles wrecked on this one. Not as bad as Scale Tail, I don't think, but the card was in worse shape, I'm assuming. Yeah, you can see some of the wrinkles on it. Such a fun figure. I love this line. Another thing I didn't mention was one of the reasons I like this year of Turtles is this should have, if I remember right, this is the year before they switched over to that generic card back. The blue and green that just had the 4 turtles on it and a yellow star thing on it. They went away from doing the individual artwork for each figure. And this is hands down some of the best years for the artwork. I mean, Anthrax is awesome. When these first came out in 88, the card backs, I mean, they're still pretty good, but man, the artwork on these are just so awesome. Especially this last guy I'm going to show you. Monty Moose. I love his art. Especially that Rocksteady. I think he looks amazing. Like, I know Monty Moose is the main card art, but that Rocksteady, for some reason, my eye just keeps getting drawn to it. Yeah, he's just really good looking. Monty Moose, you can tell his card back, or his bubble, is pretty smashed across the top. But other than that, he was in really good shape. Like, the card is in really, really good shape. So he got a 70. The card got a 70. Bubble got a 70. And the figure got an 85. Really kind of surprised. I mean, the bubble, I guess it's only got that one wrinkle. It's just a pretty big one. But on the bottom, it's pretty straight. Man, he looks so good. I'm so happy I did this. Even though the other two, like, yeah, I'm kind of disappointed that they got 50s, but I still think the three of them together, being all 5th anniversary figures, or the new for 92 figures, and then I've got Anthrax back there. I haven't got my King Arthur graded yet. I'll need to get him graded. I don't expect much out of him. Like I said, these are three of my favorite figures. So at this point, I don't care what grade I'm getting back. I'm just going to get some of my favorite figures graded. Now, I do have one or two that were just way too bad that are carded, but the card is just way too bad, like way worse than these, that I'm not going to mess with. Yeah, so happy I had this done. Highly recommend them. If you're still living in the Stone Age and getting AFA to grade your figures with those tiny little sliver or cases, what are you doing? Seriously, these look so amazing. If you look him up, he's got a bunch of these cases ready to rock, so hopefully your turnaround won't be very long, but I would highly recommend checking them out. These are amazing. They look so good. And they're a little bit smaller than the AFA cases, so they don't take up as much room on the shelf. So, you know, the AFA cases, probably a solid 2 inches bigger than these. Okay, so the next one, I'm really happy to have it back. I've been wanting to get this thing graded for a long time now. It's one of my prized possessions. One of my buddies gave this to me in Christmas of... what it was, I figured out, it was Christmas of 2012, 2008 maybe. Let's see if I can find a date on these. 2008. So this is the NECA black and white Ninja Turtle box set. I thought this was an SDCC exclusive, but apparently it's not. Apparently there's one difference between all of them. I don't know what that is. I haven't looked it up. This thing is very big. I don't know if you can tell. Let me slide this over here a little bit. I'm really nervous about hurting this thing. How thick the rails are that's holding this thing. Like, I think I could shake the shit out of this and it's not going to go anywhere. And it is solid. Like, there's a lot of acrylic here. Here's what the back looks like. Just beautiful set. I've had this sit on my shelf for a while, and it's tough with black boxes because it just shows every little imperfection. But this thing got an 85. So card 85, bubble 90, figure 90. Like I said, I've had this sitting on my shelf since my buddy gave it to me. It's one of my prized possessions. Not only the fact that it's really skyrocketed in price, but just the fact that one of my buddies gave me one of the best Christmas presents that I had gotten as an adult. So I'm going to try to find a place to put all these things on the shelves, and I hope you guys go over and check out APG. The guy does phenomenal work, and he deserves a little bit more credit for he needs. You guys need to send him your figures. Like, if you have figures you want to get done, seriously, I can't brag enough about this guy's work. They look amazing. Highly recommend it. Yeah. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed looking at some Ninja Turtles, and I will see you guys later. Bye.